I have been doing project management for over 30 years and am considered a subject matter expert in the PMBOK Guide, 3rd edition, primarily because I am the project manager who led the team that developed this edition. I can honestly say that Head First PMP is by far the best PMP exam preparation book of all I have reviewed in depth. It is the very best basic education and training book that I have read that presents the processes for managing a project, which makes it a great resource for a basic project management class for beginners as well as a tool for practitioners who want to pass the PMP exam. The graphical story format is unique, as project management books go, which makes it both fun and easy to read while driving home the basics that are necessary for preparing someone who is just getting started and those who want to take the exam. This looks like too much fun to be a PMP study guide. Behind the quirky humor and nutty graphics lies an excellent explanation of the project management processes. Not only will this book make it easier to pass the exam, you'll learn a lot of good stuff to use on the job too. This is the best thing to happen to PMP since, well, ever. You'll laugh, learn, pass the exam, and become a better project manager all at the same time. Andy Kaufman, host of I love the brain-friendly approach used by Head First. When was the last time you heard that a PMP prep book was fun to read? This one really is. Head First PMP is the PMP exam prep book for the rest of us, the people who live project management daily and want an exam prep book that is as interesting as the work we live, prepares them for the exam, and helps them become a better project manager. I've taken my copy of the first edition to numerous exam prep classes I have helped teach as a reference book. Students will pick it up, review several pages or topics, and say, "That is how I learn. Can I take your copy?" The impact and satisfaction is immediate. In today's business world, it's not just what you get done, it's how you get it done. To that end, Head First PMP has just the right balance of wit and fun that makes learning the project management body of knowledge engaging and interesting. Wow! In the beginning of March I finished and passed a 4-hour adventure called the PMP exam. I can honestly say that though I used a few study guides, without the help of Head First PMP, I don't know how I would have done it. Jenny and Andrew put together one of the best head smart, brain-friendly training manuals that I have ever seen. I have to say that I am a huge fan and will be buying their new beautiful Teams book. Anyone I meet who mentions wanting to take the exam, I send them to https://github.com/head-first-pmp/4th-edition to get the sample chapter and free test. Seeing is believing. Thanks, Andrew and Jenny, for Joe Pighetti Jr., PMP, engineer. I think that under the fonts and formalized goofiness, the book has a good heart, intending to cover basic principles in an honest way rather than just to pass the test. Head First PMP attempts to educate potential project managers instead of being a mere how to pass the PMP exam book filled with test-taking tips. This is truly something, which sets it apart from the other PMP certification exam books. Jack Dahlgren, Project Management Consultant. I love this format. Head First PMP covers everything you need to know to pass your PMP exam. The soundbite format combined with the whimsical images turns a dry subject into entertainment. The organization starts with the basics, then drills into the details. The in-depth coverage of complex topics like earned value and quality control are presented in an easy-to-understand format with descriptions, pictures, and examples. This book will not only help you pass the PMP exam, it should be used as a daily reference for practicing project managers. I sure wish I had this when I was studying for the exam. Mike Jenkins, PMP, MBA. It is like an instructor with a blackboard in a book, and the little devil and angel over your shoulder telling you what is right or wrong. I am getting instant results from the first 5 chapters. An excellent guide training tool for all those new and somewhat new to project management methodologies. B.J. Moore, PMP Nashville, TN, Amazon.com reviewer. Studying for your PMP exam? Would you like the ability to carry not only an instructor but an entire classroom in your briefcase as you prepare? Then buy this book. The drawings and diagrams are reminiscent of your favorite teacher utilizing the whiteboard to step you through the key points of their lecture. The author's use of redundancy in making the same point in multiple ways, coupled with the "there are no dumb questions" sections, gave the feeling of being in a classroom full of your fellow PMP aspiring peers. At times I actually caught myself feeling relieved that someone else asked such a good question. This book is enjoyable, readable, and most importantly takes the fear out of approaching the subject matter. If you are testing the PMP waters with your big toe, this book will give you the confidence to dive into the deep end. Stephen D. Sewell, PMP. Wow! In the beginning with Head First C#, Andrew and Jenny have presented an excellent tutorial on learning C#. It is very approachable while covering a great amount of detail in a unique style. If you've been turned off by more conventional books on C#, you'll love this one. I've never read a computer book cover to cover, but this one held my interest from the first page to the last. If you want to learn C# in depth and have fun doing it, this is the book for you. Going through this Head First C# book was a great experience. I have not come across a book series which actually teaches you so well. This is a book I would definitely recommend to people wanting to learn C#. Head First Web Design really demystifies the web design process and makes it possible for any web programmer to give it a try. For a web developer who has not taken web design classes, Head First Web Design confirmed and clarified a lot of theory and best practices that seem to be just assumed in this industry. Building websites has definitely become more than just writing code. Head First Web Design shows you what you need to know to give your users an appealing and satisfying experience. Another great Head First book. Sarah Collins. Head First Networking takes network concepts that are sometimes too esoteric and abstract even for highly technical people to understand without difficulty and makes them very concrete and approachable. Well done. The big picture is what is often lost in information technology how-to books. Head First Networking keeps the focus on the real world, distilling knowledge from experience and presenting it in bite-size packets for the IT novitiate. The combination of explanations with real-world problems to solve makes this an excellent learning tool. Wouldn't it be dreamy if there were a book to help me study for the PMP exam that was more fun than going to the dentist? It's probably nothing but a fantasy. Beijing, Boston, Farnham, Sebastopol, Tokyo. Thanks for reading our book. We really love writing about this stuff, and we hope you get a kick out of it. And we know you are going to do great on the PMP exam. Photo. Andrew Stellman, despite being raised a New Yorker, has lived in Pittsburgh twice. The first time was when he graduated from Carnegie Mellon School of Computer Science, and then again when he and Jenny were starting their consulting business and writing their first book for O'Reilly. When he moved back to his hometown, his first job after college was as a programmer at EMI Capitol Records, which actually made sense. Since he went to LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and the Performing Arts to study cello and jazz bass guitar. He and Jenny first worked together at a New York financial software company, where he was managing a team of programmers. He's had the privilege of working with some pretty amazing programmers over the years, and likes to think that he's learned a few things from them. When he's not writing books, Andrew does a lot of coding for fun, studies martial arts, most recently Krav Maga and boxing, plays his share of video games, and most of all he loves to help people push their tech careers forward. He has a rambunctious Pomeranian named Samosa. Jennifer Green studied philosophy in college but figured out pretty soon afterward that she really loved building software. Luckily, she's a great software engineer, so she started out working at an online service, and that's the first time she really got a sense of what good software development looked like. She moved to New York in 1998 to work on software quality at a financial software company. She's managed teams of developers, testers, and PMs on software projects in media and finance since then. She's traveled all over the world to work with different software teams and build all kinds of cool projects. She loves traveling, watching Bollywood movies, reading the occasional comic book, playing PS4 games, and hanging out with her huge Siberian cat, Sasha. We've been building software and writing about software engineering together since we first met in 1998. Our first book, Applied Software Project Management, was published by O'Reilly in 2005. We published our second book in the Head First series, Head First C#, in 2009, and our third, Head First Agile, in 2017. We founded Stellman and Green Consulting in 2003 to build a really neat software project for scientists studying herbicide exposure in Vietnam vets. When we're not building software or writing books, we do a lot of speaking at conferences and meetings of software engineers, architects, and project managers. You can learn more about us on our website https://www.stellmangreen.com.